Remember that weird, creepy dude that pretends to be a woman that we talked about in prior videos? The one that sliced up a bunch of innocent young girls at an AMC movie theater before going on a straight up Rampage at McDonald's? Yeah, that nutso. Well, I mentioned in my past two videos on this dude, Jared Reviza, I mentioned that he was wanted in connection to a murder. Well, it turns out this story just keeps getting crazier. It is absolutely insane the amount of things that trans people are allowed to get away with. The fact that this is not a story all over the place absolutely blows my mind. Well, anyways, allegedly, before this guy went and shanked a bunch of little girls at a movie theater, before he attacked innocent McDonald's workers, he allegedly killed his own roommate and murdered his roommate's dogs. Yeah, some real crazy stuff that you should have already known about. And the fact that some of you all don't know about this just shows you why we cannot trust the mainstream media. Because at the end of the day, even when they cover these stories, they don't really cover these stories. The mainstream media has a way of putting information out there without really boosting it out there for everyone to see. But I can guarantee you, when it's a news story that they want you to be concerned about, like something like the beer bug or something like that, they will blast it in your ears and face 24/7. But let's go ahead and dive into this article, because this story just keeps getting crazier and it doesn't end here. But let's go ahead and see what's going on. Maniac Jared Reviza pictured with the man he allegedly murdered before a shanking spree at AMC movie theaters. Locals claim that he also killed the dogs. Deranged trans lunatic Jared Reviza is the prime suspect in the murder of his roommate and his dogs, who were found by police on Saturday afternoon as the maniac went on a stabbing spree in Massachusetts. Connecticut police confirmed that Bruce Feldman, age 70, of West Hartford, was found dead in a Deep River holiday home which he'd recently been sharing with Reviza. They also confirmed that Reviza had been with Feldman earlier that day and found his belongings at the scene. Locals say that there had been a commotion Saturday, and the police were called, leading them to discover Feldman's body. By that time, Reviza had fled to Massachusetts and was arrested later that day after stabbing 4 children at a Massachusetts movie theater and 2 at a McDonald's. Cybersecurity consultant Charlie Brashears, age 54, lives next door and said, "I asked the cops if we were safe, and they said that the perpetrator was out of state and had been captured. The police asked me to identify the Porsche that was wrecked, and yes, it was the car coming and going from here." Connecticut police confirmed on Tuesday that the Deep River death investigation remains ongoing, with criminal charges against Reviza pending. Feldman's family have been left shocked and devastated by the news of his sudden death. His wife, Julie Feldman of West Hartford, choked back tears as she told the Post, "The whole thing's really shocking. We were together a very, very long time." Well, let me tell you this, ex-wife. It looks like your ex-husband has been having a lot of fun with this trans lunatic. Unfortunately, I guess the trans lunatic winded up turning on him, murdering him and his dogs. But I'm pretty sure your ex-husband has a thing for lady boys. But let's go forward. It is unknown how Bruce Feldman and Reviza knew each other or came to stay in the house together. Yeah, it's unknown, all right. Yeah, a 70-year-old man shacking up with a 26-year-old dude that pretends to be a woman. I really wonder what's going on. I guess it's just a pure friendship, right? Anyways, it's unclear when they came to start staying together, but they had been staying together for at least 2 or 3 weeks. Brashears told the Post that Feldman once described himself as Revisa's friend and then his father. He added he owned a gray poodle named Lily and another black dog, which he believes Revisa killed as well. So this dude was telling neighbors, hey, I'm a friend of this kid. And then he's telling him, no, I'm this kid's father. We all know what you guys were doing. Just be honest. And now, unfortunately, it's too late for you to be honest because the psychopath murdered you, which is a good reason why you don't let these type of people into your home. But let's go forward. My understanding is that he stabbed the dogs to death. Bruce was an old duck. Jared obviously had a clear mental break. Feldman allegedly got into a dispute with two of his neighbors on Saturday when they found him sitting on their porch while one of his dogs ran around their home in Marywood Lane. Feldman left after the woman threatened to call police on him for trespassing, but officials said their home was then targeted by an unnamed suspect who threw a shovel through their front door window pane around 3:36 p.m. Officers investigating the incident were led to Feldman and Revisa's home, where they found the grisly scene. Another neighbor, Joe Ostering, identified Revisa as the man who threw the shovel at the woman's home, suggesting the incident was the trigger to Saturday's bloody events. I'm not sure if it was before or after he killed Bruce. That's how it all started. Then he left here and went to the movie theater. Connecticut police were on the lookout for Revisa, who would be taken into custody 3 hours later after allegedly slicing up 4 girls between the ages 9 and 17 in an AMC movie theater before driving to a McDonald's and going on a McRampage, knifing a pair of workers there. None of the victims had life-threatening injuries but received medical treatment for them, police say. Revisa has been arraigned over the shanking spree on Tuesday morning, but he has yet to be charged in connection with the murder in the Connecticut home. Officials said the investigation into Feldman's murder remains ongoing, with any criminal charges still pending as of Tuesday afternoon. Police did not comment on what happened to Feldman's dogs. So just think about this. Obviously, this dude and his 70-year-old little boyfriend they were shacking up with, they were causing problems in their neighborhood. 70-year-old dude, a neighbor wakes up and the 70-year-old dude who's obviously probably allegedly banging this trans murderer, the 70-year-old dude is sitting on their porch with his dogs running around their front yard. So that dude was kind of one of those eccentric, weird people as well. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but yeah, I think you get the picture, right? But at the end of the day, think about all of this stuff that went on and how this is kind of just a big nothing burger to the media. But if the suspect was different, you would have heard about this story. The reality is when trans people commit these violent crimes, and boy, oh boy, do they commit a lot of them, it is always swept under the rug. And ladies, let me tell you this. A lot of women are supporting this trans nonsense. But when these dudes who are pretending to be women, when they go on these little killing sprees, a lot of times they throw them in women's prison now, where they literally prey on women. And you want to know what's even worse? Somewhere soon along the line, and it's already happening in some areas, these crimes that these dudes in dresses are committing, they're being registered or logged into the system as if these were crimes committed by women. So when you look at the crime statistics and you see, why is there a sudden spike of women committing violent crimes? It's because most of those aren't women, they're dudes who are just identifying as women now. So it's a slippery slope. When you support this stuff, understand what you're supporting. There's nothing that anyone in their right mind should be supporting here. And the same thing is going on with these illegal immigrants and stuff like that. Anyone is basically now registered, oh, you're a white person. So that's why you're seeing crime statistics spike when it comes to white people as well, because now every other race, I guess maybe besides black, if you're Hispanic, Asian, whatever, they're logging you in as white, okay? So we got to really pay attention to what's going on here, because they're trying to control the narrative. And as they control the narrative, they're trying to make people like me and normal women like you watching this video, they're trying to make us look worse, right? They're trying to make straight white men look worse. They're trying to make women of all races look worse in the long run. But it's all just to protect a small group of mentally ill dudes that want to be, or at the very least pretend to be women so they can prey on women and young kids. It's really sad, but it continuously happens. Nothing's being done about it. And unfortunately, people like me who call this stuff out, we're labeled as bigots and bad people. But I'll continue speaking my mind, and hopefully I inspire you all to speak your mind as well. So right now, go ahead and speak your mind down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, and I'll talk to you all soon in the next video.